Show number 29, coming at you. Hottest topics north of the tropics, globally, nationally, and locally. Nationally, tropics, Cat 3 hurricane headed toward the east coast of Florida. Hurricane Dorian wreaking havoc over Puerto Rico. I wonder how they're going to handle that down there this year. This time in Puerto Rico, we give you the money, put it to good use. But shout out to all the family in Florida bracing themselves for this Cat 3 by Sunday morning. Godspeed to you. Labor Day weekend. What can I say? Be safe out there. LSU opener, Georgia Southern this Saturday, 6:30. Tiger Stadium, $8 a beer, $9 for a bottle of wine.
Joe Burrow, probable.
Yay. Yay. They're going to put it in a cup, so I don't think you're going to be able to keep the cans and the glass that is in. Globally, Brexit in trouble. I don't know. The new prime minister kind of looks like a guy off of Benny Hill. But
no, Boris Johnson's not messing around. He called off, I just saw it right before the, just before we came on. Okay, look, so he basically told Parliament, go home. Y'all are ineffective. Y'all are irrelevant.
Beautiful.
Parliament has a 88% unapproval rating. That means they're 88% of the English people unapprove of cars, don't approve, disapprove. Okay, that's the correct terminology. And what he said is like, look, go home until October 14th. Because here's the thing. The English people voted to get out of the European Union. Okay, they voted to get out of the European Union, but see, the European Union and the powers that be, the elites, they didn't like that. So they had another vote. Well, then they voted to get out of it again. And then they was like, well, we need to have another vote. Then they voted to get out of it again. So what gives? What gives? I don't understand what gives, okay? The people have spoken. They're leaving the European Union. And Boris Johnson be like, look, that's what he got elected on. We're going to do this thing come hell or high water, or there's going to be a goddamn civil war in England. You know, I'm not calling for civil war. I'm just saying, in so many words, he just said it's really going to be bad because the English people do not want to be governed by Brussels.
Yep, and that's what the Queen had given him as blessings, the Prime Minister, to, hey, man, do away with them. It's fine. Get something done. Anyway, there was a big fentanyl shipment from China seized in Mexico. I think it may be the start of the third opium war. What do you think, Little Joe?
I'm with you on that. Now, we've covered the opium war last show or two.
Right.
So, I mean, if, hopefully you watched the last show. But, yeah, I like the sound of that. That sounds about right. But, all that fentanyl they seize, good God, that was enough to kill the whole world.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I think they might be inflating those numbers or something like that. But, that's one of the 7 deadly sins of China that's on the table for the negotiations for the trade war. The United States wants to stop the importation of China's importation of fentanyl into the United States.
They're trying to kill us all. But,
yes.
I mean, you'd have to be an idiot to do that. It's coming in pill form. That's what it said out of Mexico. A bunch of pill form, and you don't know if you're taking a Tylenol. If somebody gives you an Advil, a Tylenol, or something like that, or an antibiotic, you don't know if what you're taking, you could be dead. It's instant death.
I've seen on, TV or just my sources tell me that, what they do, since heroin's exploding, has exploded in the United States again. Now, I don't want to go down that road just yet, doing it for another show. But heroin's exploding in the United States, and so now, everybody's gotten used to it. So now they make the heroin stronger. Is the drug dealers just throwing a little fentanyl in the bag, and that's what's killing people.
Yeah.
People that are normally taking heroin are on heroin, but at this point, if you're on heroin, you've come into contact with fentanyl before. I'm just letting you know, whether you like it or not. So let's move on.
All right. The big G7 summit was in France, and Lindsey Graham had nothing but high praise for Donald J. Trump for standing up to China. I mean, it's about time. Meet them pound for pound, toe for toe, shot for shot. They want it all for themselves. We are, the United States economy is one of the biggest, most vibrant economies that can be copied worldwide. And China wants their cut, and they don't want to pay for their cut. And that just doesn't make good sense to me. And Trump stood up to him and said, hey, let's do it. You want to do it? I'm ready to I'm open up, but I'm not giving anything away anymore.
Not only that.
We've done that too many times, and we're losing money. When you give things away, believe me, in my small business, I'll do that for you. Oh, don't worry about that. There it is. More time, more material, more labor, blah, 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 and then it shortens when it goes into my pocket.
Yeah.
Same thing with Trump and China.
Well, not only that, all those other nations, France, Germany, everybody's basically at the G7. They've been so conditioned that America picks up the tab for everything.
Yeah.
And that's you. That's you, the taxpayer. Not America itself. That's you, the taxpayer. Picking up the tab for everything and everybody else. And you know what? Over. No more. No more.
Gosh, I mean, can you just imagine the other mother gave $400 million to the mullahs, a lot of mullah over there last time for what?
I think that was a drug payoff myself. For when Hezbollah, under the Obama administration, they let Hezbollah smuggle cocaine into the United States so they could fund the Syrian proxy war. But we've covered that before, so you're gonna have to go back and watch another episode.
Well, then the U.S. again, that was the same thing they did down there. Noriega did with Nicaragua and all that stuff, right? To fund the Sandinistas. What's his name?
Yeah.
And all that stuff.
Yeah, it's the same apparatus.
Trade guns and ammunition for
Hey, Joe,
drugs.
wait, real quick. This just in. You are now statistically more likely to be killed by the Clintons than by the measles.
Sheesh, man, and that's national news. Can you believe that? But anyway, the recession talk, to me, is all an effort of the Democratic Party, whatever you want to call those idiots, leftists or whatever, Biden gaffes. Poor kids are smarter, just as smart as white kids, Joe Biden. I mean, every day he's got a couple of gaffes. They don't ever make fun of Joe Biden hardly on Jimmy Kimmel, but Jimmy Kimmel's made a living the past 2 years since Trump's been there making jokes about Donald J. But anyway, Democrats.
Hold up. Now, you know I like audio and video and whatnot.
You got one?
Yeah. Okay, here's Joe Biden. He's actually in New Hampshire, but he thinks he's in Vermont. Check this out.
Of Keene.
I'm back. I've been here a number of times. Last time was, I think, all the way back in 2014, but I've been here before that. I love this place. Look, what's not to like about Vermont in terms of the beauty of it? And what a neat town. This is sort of a scenic, beautiful town. The mayor's been a good guy, and everybody's been really friendly. I like Keene a lot.
Okay, man.
How about that? Dude, he doesn't even know where he's at.
Well, he's on the campaign trail.
Yeah, he doesn't even know where he's at. And if you noticed, in that thing, they weren't panning to this big crowd of people. It was only like 6 people.
Yeah,
and that was including the reporters.
Where am I? We just love you.
Yeah, man, I love the great state of Texas. New Orleans is a fabulous city. He's just an idiot, bro. And shame on the CFR. Shame on the CFR, period. But shame on the CFR for having that guy. Dude, is that all you got? You can't recruit anybody else? There's nobody else under your thumb, under your wing, on your team? That's all you got, CFR? For real.
That's it, man.
You're a joke. You are now a joke.
That's it. All right, the recession talk, like I was saying, is just another effort of the Dems to knock down Trump any which way they can, 24/7, 365 for the past, now going on 20, 30 months. But the bottom line is that they have nothing else to go on. The leftists and this and that just totally trashing everything. You can't do anything right. If you don't agree with them, we're going to send Antifa to your neighborhood and all that stuff, which is a bunch of gutless thugs, and they cover themselves up, and I guess they're working at Starbucks or wherever they're at. They're working during the day.
That's paid opposition. That's Soros money.
Okay.
Soros money. Go. We'll link below to a Corbett report, and it's titled "Who is George Soros?" George Soros has his money in all kind of dark places, and he's not even one of the major players. He's just a billionaire a couple of times over.
Yeah.
He's about the speed of like a Oprah, because
why is he doing that?
That's just he wants to fund all this BS around the world to stop democracy.
Oh, okay.
To basically have the bad guys people in place
Okay.
to stop any democracy. Now, not to change subjects, but I want to get into something. First of all,
Go ahead.
have you noticed CNN's been hiring all the people that Trump has fired?
Right.
All the people that used to have security
Right.
clearance and whatnot. First of all, if you're still watching CNN, dude, shame on you. You need to quit.
Yeah.
But hopefully anybody in this audience is not watching CNN. So I don't know if you saw this. This happened a couple of weeks ago, but they got that guy, Chris Cuomo, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen the video, but I want you to watch this video. So some guy calls him Fredo, and the internet just blew up. And now he'll always be known as Fredo now.
It's almost old news, but it's still cool,
It's
though.
funny because we didn't get to this. This just fell through the cracks. So watch this video. Watch this real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have a fucking problem.
What? What are you gonna do about it?
I'll fucking ruin your shit.
then.
I'll fucking throw you down these stairs like a fucking punk.
I thought that's who you were.
No, punk ass bitches from the right call me Fredo. My name is Chris Cuomo. I'm an anchor on CNN. Fredo is from The Godfather. He was that weak brother.
I know it was you, Fredo.
And they use it as an Italian aspersion. Any of you Italian? Are you Italian? It's a fucking insult to your people. It's an insult to your fucking people. It's like the N-word for us. Is that a cool fucking thing?
You're a much more reasonable guy in person than you seem to be on television.
Yeah, but if you want to play, then we'll fucking play. If you've got something you want to say about what I do on television, then say it. But don't call me a
Hey,
fucking
man,
insult.
hey, listen.
What?
I don't want any problems.
Yeah, you're going to have a big fucking problem.
What's the
It's a
problem?
little different on TV. Don't fucking insult me like that.
I didn't insult you.
The fuck you call me Fredo? It's like I call you punk bitch. You like that? You want that to be your nickname?
I didn't call you that.
You called me Fredo. You know my name's not fucking
I
Fredo.
thought your name was.
You did not think my name was fucking Fredo. Don't be a liar.
I thought your
You
name
want to be a
was.
man, stand up like a man.
I'm standing up, man.
You want to be a man, I'm
Yeah,
here.
I'm standing
Then
up.
fucking own it. Then own what you
Listen,
said.
man, hey.
Then own what you said.
Listen, man, I don't have a problem with you, man.
Yeah, you're going to have a fucking problem.
What? What are you gonna do about it?
I'll fucking ruin your shit.
something then.
I'll
Do
fucking
something.
throw you down these stairs like a fucking punk.
Please do.
Why, so
Come on,
you
you
can
don't wanna
fucking
do
sue?
that. You don't
So
wanna
you
do
can
that.
fucking sue?
Well, why don't you do it
Go
then?
take a swing. You want to call me Fredo? Take a fucking swing.
I'm not gonna swing
Take
at
a
you.
fucking swing.
I'm not
Watch your
gonna-
fucking hands.
I'm not gonna
Take a
swing
swing.
at you.
Watch your
Hey,
fucking
I'm not
hands.
gonna
Take a swing. No, come on, boy.
I'm not
Come on,
gonna-
boy.
How about that? So here he is. He's trying to stop perpetuating disparaging Italian stereotypes by threatening to break that guy's legs.
Yeah.
And I'll break your legs if you don't stop. Come
Right.
on, dude. And that's your CNN right there. That's your CNN anchor. You know, come on, man. So if you didn't need any more evidence to stop watching CNN and stop watching the MSNBC and all this BS media, NBC, ABC, stuff like that, and go find stuff on your own. Now, I know it's hard. It requires a little thought. It requires, don't use Google anymore, especially, okay, another thing, if you're still using Google, dude, shame on you too.
Yeah.
Okay? And we got a show coming up where I'm really going to break it down. We don't have time to really delve into it. But I know for sure it takes a special kind of ass to work at Google.
There you go. Uh-oh. But listen, anyway, get back to CNN. Don Lemon, a couple of days later or a week later, got caught, propositioning somebody outside a bar or in a bar. The guy went over there, tried to talk to him, and Lemon said, do you like guys or you like girls, so to speak? But it was more graphic than that. So CNN, no, I don't watch them. I didn't watch the little girl, what's her name? Can't even think of her name now.
She's irrelevant. Let's move on.
Okay, irrelevant. You're right, relevant. Anyway, the DHS, Homeland Security, has barred Democratic staffers from visiting down at the border. The CBP is getting bashed by those guys after they were down there, disruptive, obstinate, and not listening and doing what they were supposed to do the last trip. So you can't go down there to go trash it, just like those the squad couldn't go to Israel and go trash their own country. I wouldn't let anybody walk into my house and trash my house. I think I said that last time, but we'll move on for that.
Yeah,
Locally.
So look, hold on, wait.
You got one?
Let's before we get to local news, this is from VC John. You can go follow VC John at VC John on Instagram. What would I do without my boy VC John? He posts these pictures anyway. So look, here's the Republicans and the Democrat Party as they are of today. Republicans, we live in a republic. We believe in God. Democrats, this is what democracy looks like. We are atheists. Republicans, end abortion. Democrats, kill the babies. Republicans, keep your guns. Democrats, take all the guns. Republicans, protect our borders. Democrats, open borders for everybody. Republicans, marriage equals a man and woman. Democrats, same-sex marriages.
Too much.
Okay, Republicans, freedom of speech. Democrats, silence the truth. Republicans, capitalism, free market. Democrats, socialism, communism. Republicans, lower taxes. Democrats, raise your taxes. Republicans, prayer to God. Democrats, remove God.
That's it.
I'll leave it there.
That's the tenets to start a socialist country. If I didn't see that straight on the Democratic side, those who hate the truth will never be able to comprehend what needs to be done. Republican, Democrat, whatever, do it for America. You think I want you to go? You think I'm trying to twist your vote? Look and see. Wake up. We've said that since day one. This is show 29. Anyway, locally, LSU football opener this weekend. We're going to do the odds of the top 25 most important games of the weekend starting tomorrow night, Thursday night. The Prep Jamborees, as I said, kick off tomorrow night all the way into the weekend also. There was a big crash on I-10 West on the spillway right there over the water before you get to Lafayette. Was tied up that I-10 West for 3 days. They had to get out there and inspect the span to see if that chemical fire or whatever did anything to the thruway, and they opened it this afternoon. There was traffic jams going from the new bridge to Lobdell to 190. That's a tough little trip there. Highway 190. You got to go slow when you get to Port Bear. If not, you'll get a ticket. What you got, Joe?
Oh, nothing. I'm ready to get to football. Are you ready?
Okay, let's go. LSU.
Switch over. Hold up. Let's make that switch. All right. Are you ready?
I like that. Listen, we watched Florida and Miami. Little Joe and I have been watching football since he could open his eyes and sit there. He was born in January 3rd, so there might have been a game, bowl game.
Born the 7th. My birthday's the 7th.
Oh, the 7th. Okay, January 3rd is my granddaughter, Haley. Happy birthday if I missed it.
And my Aunt Cindy. Hello.
There you go.
Hello.
All right, good. Happy birthday in January. Anyway, bottom line is we used to watch football a lot. We still do. We used to have 2 or 3 TVs going at a time. Most of y'all know that before. But last weekend, we got to see Florida and Miami at different venues. He was here. I was there. And it looked like that Florida-Miami game was going to be a typical rival game, start of the season. Great. Then toward the end, the last 10 minutes, it looked like the Keystone Cops there. It was fumbles, interceptions, penalties, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
And
Florida blew that game 3 times and still won the game.
Yeah.
So what does that tell you?
Yeah.
But I tell you what, if that kid doesn't muff that punt right there, I think it was either the end of the third quarter or the start of the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Oh, and Miami missed the field goal. But if that kid doesn't muff that punt right there, you got a whole different ball game. That's really how Florida won, in my humble opinion.
Well, that gives rein to the transfer portal for some of these quarterbacks or some of these athletes that say, well, I'm not playing here. Somebody beat me in the position, and I'm going elsewhere. Well, the guy who was supposed to be the quarterback from Miami who had transferred from Ohio State probably got in there a little bit, but that freshman from Miami looked pretty good. He was pinpointing on his Patterson.
He did.
He just was scrambling all night and getting sacked. I think I quit counting about 10, 12 sacks into the fourth quarter.
He did. I will say this, though. If Florida's going to go far, they're going to have to step up their game a little bit.
Yeah.
I thought Felipe Franks would have done a lot better. I wasn't impressed.
Yeah.
I really wasn't. Sorry.
Yeah, then they trounce around there and act like they won the national championship when they just beat their in-state rival, which is good for them. Good luck to Florida State this weekend. They play Boise State. The line on that is 5.5 Florida State, but I really think that Boise State may give them a run for the money. Florida State has a lot to prove. Willie Taggart there has been a couple of jobs already here and there, and now it's time for him to get it or get off the pot. Okay, LSU's a 27-point favorite against Georgia Southern. What do you think?
I don't know. It all depends on whether Joe Burrow is going to play or not. I mean, they'll beat Georgia Southern with their second or third string quarterbacks. I wouldn't expect him. But, Burrow's got to get his reps, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But you go to Austin next weekend.
Is he hurt?
You better remember he's dealing with some type of ankle injury or some type of little tweak or something. He'll be fine for the season, but you're playing Georgia Southern, man. You don't really need to
No,
really
you
need
probably
to
don't-
play Burrow 4 quarters to beat Georgia Southern.
Well, they're going with the RPO too, so they really don't
Yeah.
need to show everything
but,
before they play Texas
But they
next
do
week.
need to get him his reps, and
Yeah.
the other guy's going to have to get their reps. No, now let's look at some of the games on the slate. Let's see, 8:29. Well, that's tomorrow, Thursday night.
Yeah.
UCLA at Cincinnati. They're giving UCLA +3. I don't really know much about either team. I can't really call that game. Okay, so Georgia Tech Clemson. Now it's Georgia Tech +37.
Right.
Do they really think that Georgia Tech at Clemson? Do they really think Georgia Tech's going to lose that bad?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Texas A&M, they ain't playing nobody. Oh, here we go. Utah at BYU. Now,
Yeah, that's
this
gonna be a good
is
one.
a rivalry game. And BYU +6 at home.
I like that.
It's a rivalry game. Now, I don't know much about BYU. They could go in there and get blown out. But anytime you're getting points at home, +6,
Yeah.
you got to look at that game a little closer.
Well, everybody's got Utah highly ranked. Some got them into. I think somebody put them.
yeah, somebody in the playoffs.
Corso put them in the CFP.
Yeah, and he's probably listening to Bear. I didn't break above 500 all year, but yet I'm on TV calling the games.
Yeah.
Bear sucks. Quit watching ESPN.
Yeah, man.
Only for live football.
I do it. And I'm going to tell you how I watch it, and I put it on the net too. When people ask me what am I doing, listen to those guys talk, I can't listen to those guys. We used to do it back in the day, black and white TV, when we were in college or out of high school, whatever. Used to turn on the hi-fi, the stereo, watch the games. Okay, just watch them, just like you're at the stadium. You don't need all that commentary and give me some color and all that stuff in your slant. I don't need all that. What you got?
All right, Colorado State. Colorado State +13 at Colorado.
Yeah.
I would think Colorado would cover that.
Yeah. Did they
Colorado
still have
State's-
Buffy?
Yeah, they got the Buffalo.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see. Oklahoma State at Oregon State.
Yeah.
But it's Oregon State at home
Yeah.
+14. So I just if I had to guess, Oregon State ain't been nothing. I'd say Oklahoma State would cover.
Yeah,
Let's
I don't know
see.
if they'll cover, but I mean, that's on the road, and OK State's got a lot to prove this year. They're not even ranked in the top 30, I believe.
Ole Miss at Memphis.
Yeah. Memphis -7.
How about this? Ole Miss +5.5.
Yeah, there you go. Listen, I told you I talked to a guy from Ole Miss a couple of weeks ago. I think it was on the last show. He told me how he was working in Tuscaloosa, okay, and how those guys just flaunt all what they get from Tuscaloosa, fine cars.
Wait. Say that again.
A guy from Ole Miss I met a couple of weeks
No.
ago.
About flaunting. What are you talking about?
The people, the players. He was working in Tuscaloosa on campus, and the guys, you could see the flaunting of all the extracurricular activity these guys get. Cars, this, that, and the other.
Oh,
the
you
Alabama
talking about the
football
players.
team. Yeah, the players.
Oh,
itself.
somebody might need to look into that.
That's it.
I doubt it. They're not going to do it. And that's another thing I wanted to talk about. We were talking about this the other night. Okay, you notice they go after these smaller tier teams. I
Right,
think
Mississippi
State just got sanctioned.
Yeah.
LSU, all the scandal that happened with the basketball team and stuff like that. Is anything going to
it's
happen
over.
to him?
It's
Is
nothing.
anything going to happen
I
to him?
don't know.
No. It really helps when Mark Emmert is the head guy at the NCAA. Boy, that really helps.
He's a nice guy.
Anyway.
Nice guy to get things done for you.
So let's stay on topic.
Georgia
Who?
Georgia -21. Vandy.
Oh, yeah. I don't really know. I haven't really seen what Vanderbilt's working with. Maybe Vanderbilt +21.5 at home now.
Yeah.
Maybe that guy. Now you got Jeremiah Holloman is out, the wide receiver.
Yeah.
And maybe that guy, what was his name? Derek Mason?
Yeah, one
maybe,
of the defensive players.
Maybe he's got something working there. I seriously doubt it, but maybe he's got something working. Remember, a few years back, or about 10 years ago, Vanderbilt used to be pretty formidable.
Yeah.
So anyway, Virginia at Pittsburgh.
That's a good one.
Pittsburgh's getting points at home though, but Virginia had a pretty decent year last year. If you remember.
But Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I know.
As our brother would say.
Yeah. All right. So, Oregon and Auburn
there you go.
Jerry's World it's it says quarterback Bo Nix probable, as in he has an injury.
Well, I don't know. They said that Auburn is got it's either Bo Nix or a freshman quarterback.
Okay, now the other day, just yesterday, the line was Oregon plus 3.5.
Yep.
It's now Oregon plus 2.5. So that line dropped.
Well, that means a
That
field
line
goal
dropped.
in store for somebody there at the end of the game.
So that's going to be your barn burner of the weekend right there. That's going to be your barn burner.
That's the best
That's the one
matchup.
you watch. And, of course, you got Fresno State at USC. Fresno State plus 13.5. Haven't seen them play yet.
A long time.
And now don't forget, Louisiana, Louisiana Tech at Texas.
Minus what?
Louisiana Tech plus 20.5.
20.5. Yeah, that hadn't moved. That hadn't moved
So
any. I think Texas could possibly beat Tech more than that.
I think so, too. And so be looking for the Southern Cal SC also.
All
so
right,
look,
how about Stanford? Stanford minus 6.5 versus Northwestern.
Oh yeah, I missed that game.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't. Stanford minus 6.5. I don't know.
All
I'd
right,
have to see.
Here's another tough one.
But that's a Big Ten Pac-12 matchup too.
Right.
So those, that has far-reaching implications all the way into January, December.
All right, how about this one? I'm just rat-a-tatting. SoCar, South Carolina,
North
minus
Carolina.
10.
Yeah, I don't know.
The Mac Browners.
We're gonna have to see. No, North Carolina plus 10.5 at home.
Yeah, there you go.
So they're getting points at home. Anytime you got a double-digit points at home, roll with double-digit points at home. I don't see Will Muschamp's a defensive head coach. I don't see South Carolina beating anybody by a whole bunch of numbers.
Well,
but I don't know. You never know. But, hey, Mac Brown, he's got a bunch of old contacts now, and he might have put a really nice staff together, a bunch of young, hungry individuals. So who really knows what Mac could come up with. I don't think they have the talent there, but you never know against their out-of-state rivalry, South Carolina to the south.
Yeah, well, we got to come up with a name for the Mac Brown Tar Heels. The Brown Heels? Now, we got to come up with a name, just like they did the Fighting Soliches, Frank Solich there at, what is that?
The Fighting Pellinis.
Yeah, Miami of Ohio, and who else?
No, he's at, not Miami of Ohio, he's at Ohio.
Yeah, he's at Ohio.
Solich is at Ohio.
Yeah.
So look, let's finish it out.
Yeah.
Houston at Oklahoma. It's Houston plus 23.5.
Yeah.
I don't really know much about what Houston could bring. You would think
I do.
With Jalen Hurts and Kennedy Brooks. Now, Oklahoma's big question mark is their offensive line, but I think they'll be okay. 23.5 is a bunch, but
at home,
in Norman. I'm just giving you the points. Don't go home and be like, and don't bet the weekend. Be like, you come back and you leave us that hateful messaging on the YouTube comments and be like, y'all costing me $500. No, we're not telling you to put any money up. We're not telling you to put any money up.
That's it.
We're just giving you the odds of how we're reading them and giving you our take on the game.
That's it.
I don't know what the season's going to bring. They all said that, Florida's going to blow out Miami. Dude, Miami should have won that game.
Yeah, I think they should. They gave it to them right there toward the end. They had so many ample chances. But listen, getting back to Houston's got a formidable defense, and they got about 8 starters back on offense.
They beat us 3 years ago. Now that's 3 years ago, but
they don't have Ed Oliver, but they still have some good defensive backs. I think they have an all freshman
and that was
cornerback and sophomore back there starting.
That was under Herman too, and they had a pretty good quarterback there.
Well, they got that kick 6 that broke our backs there at the second half. But bottom line is they got a great quarterback, a dual threat quarterback. 3,000 yards passing, 1,000 yards rushing, and the Sooners are going to tighten up on that defense. They're going to have some people step up. I don't know if they'll take 24-point win, but I would think that Oklahoma does win at home there, and then Houston has a good road opening record. But hey, look, I think the Sooners do it. I got another one here for you, a hot one, I guess. Wazoo 34 over New Mexico State, and the Nebbers are 32 over South Alabama. South Alabama doesn't have anything now. If it was, somebody else out of Alabama, I would think that Nebraska has a chance. But everybody's high on Nebraska. They're coming back. They're ranked number 24. I don't think they'll win the Big Ten.
Yeah, I don't
Give
know.
me a break.
All right, so look, last game, it's a Monday night game in place of Monday Night Football for all you NFLers out there. And then one other thing I wanted to clear, somebody asked me that actually watches our show, man, y'all ain't going to do no NFL? No, we're not going to do the NFL.
You can do the NFL yourself.
There's enough stuff to talk about. If you want to, watch the NFL, it's all over every major network all day long.
It's all in the Advocate, the Baton Rouge paper.
Not only that, it's a soap opera.
There's 3
I don't want to get into
pages
it.
developed to the NFL.
But if you notice, like, if you watch who's that guy on Fox? On the, or whatever channel, FS1. Come on, help me out, dude.
Yeah.
The guy who used to be on ESPN, Colin Cowherd. If you watch Cowherd, or if you watch some of the other shows, they're not even talking about what's going on the field. They're talking about like all the other stuff that's going on, all the mind games and the contracts, and will he work there and he don't get along with this player, and they have a history together. Dude, I don't care about that.
No.
I really don't care about that. Rattle me off some numbers. Rattle me off some, and they will, and they do. But the NFL's more of like a soap opera than it is anything.
And that's what they said. It's more like a soap opera, and it's more entertaining than The Bachelor or The Bachelorette. I don't know. That's what they compared it to.
I don't watch
But I mean,
either.
the Baton Rouge paper, since they combine with the Picayune or don't have the Picayune anymore, there's 3 pages of the Saints. I mean, that's fine. The NFL is regional. Am I pulling for Pittsburgh? No. Am I pulling for Miami? No way. If I pull for New England Patriots, they always win. Yeah, I like winners. Okay, but I mean, when you're here, just like in Texas, you have Houston and you have Dallas, and just like in California, you have all those teams. I mean, it's just a regional thing, the NFL. But I can't wait. If we're going to get into soap opera things and we're going to talk about the NFL, somebody tell me what rap songs Jay-Z's going to play at all the stadiums, or what his wife is going to be wearing, at the halftime shows. And I guess I might pique my interest. If they could bring back some old rap, I would like, Jay-Z to look into that.
Yeah, bro. Give me like Cool Mo D on the halftime show.
Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah, poor Heavy D. Too bad he ain't.
Yeah.
To do what
R.I.P.
That's
it, man. I mean, come on. I want it to reach. That's what's going to reach me. That's what the social activism part was about, to bring music into the hood, bring the people out, and let's all get together on some good music instead of
have me up there doing the rap song and be like, all right, everybody, I want to give just about 30 seconds to what we really should be focusing on, baby. The Federal Reserve. Everybody's going to be like, like the music's going to go off, and like they're going to shut the lights off like they did the Super Bowl when they were playing San Francisco and the Ravens.
Yeah.
Once you start talking real stuff, they're going to shut you right. Let's go to commercial,
Okay, well, let's get back to Bama.
There we go. No. Wait. Notre Dame at Louisville. Now, I don't know if they're playing this game at a neutral site, but it just the team I'm looking at is always at the bottom. So
it's at Louisville.
Notre Dame. Okay, it is at Louisville. Okay, Louisville plus 18 at home. I would have to roll with Notre Dame.
Okay,
Sorry.
well, the line I saw was Louisville plus 20, so I even like that, and that was yesterday.
It came down. It came down.
Okay, you got the goal sheet.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
This is according to Westgate Superbook.
Well, that's fine.
They have the opening, and then they have what it is now.
Yeah. I think LSU covers. It may be tough. They talked about putting 50, 60 points up on the board. Let's do it. It's been needed here at Tiger Stadium. Beers are $8 a pop. Wine is $9. Come on, man. Let's get it on. Let's light up that big Jumbotron.
How about this? Are you going to be leaving the game early if they're selling beer at the stadium?
If I was still drinking, no.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
You're going to the game, it's an expense.
Right.
It's probably, no matter if you got season ticket or not, some people either sell their season tickets or give them away.
Right.
As gifts to family members, because that's what people do.
Yeah.
That's what LSU fans do. I know if I was in Oklahoma, I would be basically not going on vacation, and football season would be my vacation.
That's it. That's your hunting season.
That's my hunting season.
Yeah. Hunting for a national championship.
All the money at the game. I'd be bringing my wife, my kids, my dad, my whoever.
Yeah, don't forget me.
Or just going to the tailgate, just going to the party, setting up outside every home game. Because think about it. College football, you only really got about maybe 6 home games.
That's it.
You know, and Oklahoma's
you
got
to fill
only
the stadium.
Yeah, and
That's
only
the
got
thing.
about 5 of them because we play Texas at a neutral site.
Everybody's leaving the stadium early. I mean, I
Yeah.
know that's a social event to go back to the tailgate.
Okay, but you're going back because you got to go get a drink.
That's it.
But now you can get drinks inside the stadium. You know, back in the day, you could smuggle anything in there. You could smuggle a big old blunt, a hooter,
I think,
a big old thing of Jim Beam. It's like, you know, you can't do that anymore.
They still do that.
Okay, but I know it's tough. They got the security and, you know, yada, yada, yada. So
Wow.
the point I'm trying to make is now that you can drink at the game, you shouldn't be leaving. You paid all that money. You sat all day out there tailgating and stuff like that. And then you're going to leave early?
Yeah.
Why? Because of the parking? Dude, go. Here it is. Go park your car close to the stadium or close to wherever. Catch a Uber, you know, and then you'll be able to, like, get out at a good spot. You know, I don't know. It's up to you, dude. I know the parking is horrible. I know it's all horrible, but that's all part of the game, dude. That's all part of the experience.
I would think that there's a limit. You can buy 2 beers, but then they're going to pour the beer in a cup.
Wait. There's a limit.
Yeah, I think there's a 2 beer limit that you can get. I mean, each time you go up there.
Oh, each time you go up there. I was about to say,
show your ID.
Yeah, how the hell would they even know? Yeah. Like, hey, he had a beer earlier. He's cut off.
I've only had one beer.
I know. You'd be sloshed up.
How many beers have I had, dear?
Yeah, dude, by the time the third
Too
quarter,
many.
by the time, especially when the big rivalry games come, by the time the third quarter rolls around, dude, you don't even know where you're at.
Go. You know, I've heard people say that when you get back to work the next at the water cooler next Monday or Tuesday or wherever you're working, you say, "Did you see that play in the third quarter?" Yeah. You didn't see it. You were so drunk. You didn't see what happened. You just looked at the scoreboard, and your wife told you acted like a fool, an idiot, or your kids did. And then the next day, you
spilling the beer on the kid that's sitting below you next to you. You know what I'm saying? You know, there goes your beer all over that poor kid. He's got to sit with beer all over him. Good job.
Thing of it is, they give you 2 cups, or you drink your beer in a cup. By the time I'm down there at the beer garden, wherever it's at, or the beer concession, and by the time I get back to my seat, where's the beer? I didn't spill it. Are they going to put a cap on it like they used to do when we used to sell drinks there? They had a little plastic thing that went on top of your drinks when we sold them.
I don't give a damn what happens or who they're playing. If somebody offers you stadium club tickets or you know somebody that wants to sell you stadium club tickets, please spend that money and go do that. That is the best. That's how you watch a game in Tiger Stadium right there.
Wow.
Everybody else, once you have that experience, everything else is like way at the bottom.
That's too cool. That's too cool. Well, anyway, that's the way. And let's get back to Bama. I got the Bama chain now.
Yeah,
everybody's doing the chains now. The defensive chains, the interception chains, the TD chains, the chain
Hey,
letter,
have you
the
seen
chains by Aretha Franklin.
Boise's got a throne.
Yeah.
The guy comes to the sidelines and sits on a big throne. Now
that's too cool.
I guess.
I love Boise in that blue field. But anyway, we made the Bama chain.
Yeah, Bama chain.
And it's beat Bama. From this point on, we've mentioned it. It's this year, Tigers.
Yeah.
This year, or Coach O,
it.
I don't know. But Coach O's got his radio show tonight, and I just want to know if he got John Robinson there with him, because I'd like to go over there and talk to old Coach John.
Yeah, well, me and my wife really like power ends, so we're going over there after the show.
That's it. He's having his show tonight, and I didn't know Joe Burrow. I hope he's 100%, but I really hope he's 100% next weekend, too, down there in Austin, because that's going to be the game of the year, the game of the early year, anytime.
In my humble opinion, that game for both Texas and LSU could make or break their whole season.
Yeah. Oh, well, it generally does. It always happens. Even when you get to those rivalry games mid-season, any other top 10 team, if they lose, there's trap games.
Here's a scenario.
There's upsets, but this ain't no trap game. This one they got to win.
Here's a scenario that you might want to think of. What just if LSU goes undefeated, but they lose to Texas and then come back and rattle off nothing but wins all the way to the SEC championship, and they win the SEC championship,
right?
But yet you got an undefeated Texas, and you got a
you can't have an undefeated Texas.
No, listen.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm just saying this is if.
Yeah.
And then you got an undefeated Texas,
Utah,
and an undefeated Clemson, and an undefeated Notre Dame. Well, no, if LSU would win the SEC, then they would put them in there.
Right.
But they'd have to win the whole kit and caboodle. But if they were just at a 2-loss, and Texas, say, just had 1 loss, but you had already lost to Texas in the season, you're not going to the playoffs. Ooh. I'm just letting you know. So now you understand how big that game is.
Yep.
Now you understand how huge that game is. Not only that, for the implications of that SEC. That's right. I was telling some dudes last night. Okay. So when you lose to an SEC team, you're still happy, like, yeah, because the SEC won. Yippee.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense to you? That's the stupidest logic I've ever heard.
Yeah. Look, talking about LSU again. We got another few minutes here. I got the time.
We're rolling. We got time.
Got the timer. Talking about LSU again. Are you looking ahead, Joe player, Joe coach? Are you looking ahead to next week's game in Texas? Or are you going to go out and give it all your college try for Georgia Southern?
You're looking ahead.
You're looking ahead.
It's
just human nature.
You're going to go out there and run scripted plays, the same plays you ran last year, pretty much all year.
Yeah.
And you'll just beat them on brawn.
But I think anything short of 45, 48 points for the Tigers this weekend is not going to cut it for me. I mean, I'm expecting more.
Yeah. And if you hold Georgia Southern, 3, 10, 7 points or whatever, don't beat your chest because they don't have their quarterback either.
Well, they do.
He's back?
Yeah, he's back. He's back. And they run a triple option, okay? And they won 8, 9, 10 ball games last week.
Georgia Southern is a formidable team where they
lost to App State in the championship.
In their conference or whatever they played.
Right, they lost to Appalachian State. You know how good they are.
They still call that the Mid-American or something?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. But anyway, Georgia Southern is a formidable foe. They're going to give some trouble somewhere. I think the Tigers, if they don't score...
It's a good tune-up game.
They need to score 6, 7 touchdowns, if you ask me. That's where I want this program to be with the RPO. Now, getting back to Alabama, they lost a few defensive players. They lost Dylan Moses today. They're preseason All-American with a knee. They've lost, I think they've lost somebody in offense and a running back.
2 running backs are suspended, and that's another thing I wanted to get to. Notice how every time when Alabama suspends players, we don't know what it's for.
Yeah.
Any other team? Oh, well, he got picked up with some weed in his pocket. He groped some girl at a college party. Oh, he punched some guy outside of a bar. Everybody knows everything, but when Alabama's players get suspended, they don't even know. Like, nobody says anything. It's not a violation of team rules. It's not anything. It's just they're suspended. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Luckily, they got suspended. I mean, generally, you wouldn't suspend them and do anything to that. But anyway, I said.
Thanks for letting us know. Okay, we won't ask any more questions.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Well, it's going to be a good season.
2 running backs got suspended.
Yeah.
Aren't going to play in the Duke game or whenever they come back or whatever. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That's not one guy. That's 2 guys. It's probably 2 separate incidents.
Well, that's what I heard talk radio, the consensus of talk radio today while I was riding around again. I should have been working, but I was riding around. But anyway, long story short, they were saying that, no, the line has moved up now. Georgia is a solid chance to win the conference, and LSU and Auburn will be close behind this and that. And how you have some injuries, but Alabama's got 4- and 5-star players, man. They'll just reload. Somebody will step up, and it'll be another story for next year, either freshman of the year, newcomer of the year, comeback player of the year.
I heard some radio goof talking about, oh, man, well, these players being hurt, this really helps our chances. Okay, stop.
Yeah.
Your players being hurt, you're like, all right, they're hurt. Thank God. Oh, man, this really helps our chances. So that means you couldn't have beat them if they had their full team. So that means when it gets later on the year, they get some guys back or whatever. Yeah. That means, your chances are pretty down here. And I don't give a damn who you are. Don't wish players to get hurt or don't say stuff like that.
It's all a part.
But don't say stuff like that like, oh, man, this really boosts our chances. That guy's hurt now. Now we could do it. If you think about it amongst yourself, it's fine. But don't say that all over the radio.
Yeah.
It makes you look desperate and it makes you look stupid.
Really, that's all you got to say about it. I mean, it is a part. That's the way society is going naturally. No problem in that. But listen, I think we've covered football as much as we can. We have more fun covering football than politics globally, nationally, the world as it is. And we wish everybody a good, safe Labor Day weekend. Be safe, stay home, don't drive, drink, this, that, and the other. Do what you got to do. Call Uber. But the Uber driver might be drunk. You never know nowadays, so you got to watch that too. I got some shout-outs. Heath Mendoza, USMC, Lance Corporal, still there, Japan, keeping us safe. Thanks for that. Kudos for that. Little guy in Big Texas, his football team is 2-0. They won a toughie last weekend, 7-0. They beat last year's champions. The family demographic, again, we have kinfolk down in Florida. That storm is going to come that east coast. It's going to come across Florida, and it may get in the Gulf. So the demographic is going to change drastically if it gets back in the Gulf. It crosses Florida, has any strength. We don't need any more rain down here. Every time it rained the other day, my street gets flooded. And, I mean, that's not even in a hurricane sense. But other than that, the demographic across the nation, that's what we talk about. We are family. If you got any problems, family, let us know in the comments section. JR, we haven't heard from you.
Nah, it's okay. It's okay.
Augie, we want to see what you got to say.
We
Gabe,
know. Yeah.
Mark, Aggies all the way until they have to play Bama, LSU.
Yeah.
Who else?
Texas A&M plays Clemson next week.
Clemson. I mean, it's a murderer's row those guys got. And again, like Clemson said last year, A&M was the toughest game they had all year.
I will say this, though. Thank you to any of our new subscribers. Haley Lee, take care of the kids. Say hello, give our best to Reed and Miles. Also, like I said, any of our new subscribers, thank you. If you're not a subscriber but you like what you hear, you can go ahead and hit the like, hit the follow, hit the little bell notification, and just check us out. That way you get almost like message notifications on your phone every time we post a new show. I'd like to say what's up to some of my family members, Aunt Fee, Uncle T, all my cousins. You know who you know who you are. And the people that watch our show, all the people that I know that I'm not related to that still watch our show. Thank you very much.
That's it, man. We're here for y'all. We enjoy doing it. All you little guys out there, all you little ones, buckaroos, buccarinos, y'all make sure you say your prayers and drink all your milk. And remember, if you want a Bama chain, I can make them real cheap from Dollar Tree. It cost me $2.
Yes. We'll actually pay for it and send it to you free of charge.
That's it.
But you have to beat Bama.
Beat Bama. And beat Texas.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah. See y'all later.